Good evening, everybody. Y'all come on in the room. Come on in the room. It is time for Well Done Wednesdays. Tonight is season 2, episode 2 with CEO Trakecha South. She is the
Hello.
CEO of House of the South, the House of South. And we having some candid car conversations tonight, okay? Why? Because Trakecha gave her yes to help the people, right? She gave her yes because she knows what this road is like. She knows how it feels to need the answers to some questions. And tonight, she's being what it is that she needed way back when. So she's at the ball field, right? Her kids are
Yes.
at practice, and she is sharing some of her time with us on tonight. So we are thankful. Trakecha, thank you so much for your yes. Thank you for working us into your schedule on today. We appreciate you more than you know.
No, well, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here. And you know how hard it has been for me to say yes. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity, and I am thankful that I didn't hesitate this time. So thank you.
Right, right. I was like, hold on. She said yes immediately. Let me go ahead and make this flyer and put it out there before she
Before
realized.
I change my
Before she
mind.
changed her mind. Hey, Miss Joyce, before she changes her mind, let me go ahead and put that out there. We are so happy that you're back. We had you over on season 1, so we are thankful that you are back here for season 2. What an honor and a privilege to have you in the room
Oh,
with us
thank you.
again. We're just thankful. We're excited to have you here. Hey, Elena. So when y'all come in the room, y'all drop where you're from, city, state, country, all the things. Let us know where you're watching from. If you catch us on the replay, give us a hashtag RR and let us know that another renewed and refined woman is in the building. So get your pen, get your paper, your journals, whatever it is that you're taking notes in, get those things out so that you can pick up what Trakecha is putting down, okay? So that you can pick up the resources that she is putting down, okay? And so first up, this is how the show is going to go tonight, all right? So we're going to start off with some lightning round questions just to get us relaxed and ready to dive in. But we're going to do the lightning round questions, and then Trakecha is just going to share with us how she got started, right? How you can get started, and share with you some ways that she can help you. That's the part that I'm excited about, right? That's the part I'm excited about. When you get over yourself, when you let go of that stinking thinking, and you go ahead and do the thing, right? And then you not just do it, but you put your hand out to help others do it as well. That's the part that gets me. Okay. So are you ready for the questions?
I guess I
And
am.
y'all, these are candid conversations. My conversations will always be candid. Why? Because we're not making things hard. Okay, we ain't got nobody studying for no SATs over here. We are just talking completely off the cuff, right? None of these questions were planned. Trakecha don't know what I'm gonna ask her, and that's what I love. I love that part of it. Okay, so question number 1: texting
Okay.
or talking?
It depends on who it's with.
Oh, that's a good. That's a good one. You're right. You're right. Depends on
You
who
know,
it's with.
sometimes you just don't want to talk to people.
That is right.
And
That is
so
right.
then I prefer to text. But
Right. If it's
yes.
textable, text me. But yeah, but then you do have those that you like to talk to. Okay. All right. So that's good. Y'all please go ahead and share this. Share it. If you have communities, if you have ladies that you group chats, get them in the room. Get them in the room. You never know what will be said or done that can help somebody else, or it may be somebody that they know. The topic might not be for them, but hey, we all girls up in here. We all ladies. We all have a lot going on, and we're learning how to put ourselves a little bit higher on our to-do list. even though tonight our focus is homeschooling and how to work for yourself from home, we all have so many things in common. So get them in the room, share, drop this on your timeline, put it in somebody's inbox, get the word out, okay? And we're on YouTube, so go over to YouTube and watch it from the TV. Put this TV show on your TV in the house, okay? Next up, Trakecha, your favorite day of the week?
Monday.
And why is Monday your favorite day?
It's like a fresh start, the beginning of a new week. I mean, most people dread Mondays, but I don't mind.
Yes. Okay. Hey, Ev. What is your favorite city in the U.S. besides the one that you live in?
I would probably say Brick, New Jersey, because it's not too far from the beach.
Okay.
It's very close to, everything, but there are some areas that's, kind of secluded and people aren't all up on each other, because I'm a true country girl and I don't really do that city life.
Okay, but Brick, New Jersey, you can get with.
Yeah, I can.
All right. Okay. Next up, a nickname your parents used to call you.
Kiki.
Okay. You should have told me that one. You should have told me. It's over from it's downhill from here. Oh,
I know you're not gonna let me live that one down for sure.
Come through, Kiki. All right. What's the last song you downloaded?
I don't download music on my phone. No.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I just play Pandora or YouTube music.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
I'm not really an animal person, so I'd like to speak all the languages.
Okay, come through. Speak to the people, the women from all walks of life, from all over the world. Okay, let me find out if I need a translator. Let me go talk to Kiki. She got me. What's your favorite holiday?
Let me see. I'd probably have to say Thanksgiving.
Why?
Yeah. Just the part about being with family. Of course, we should be thankful all the time, but
absolutely.
That season to really focus and hone in on thankfulness. So, yeah.
Okay, yes. I'm thankful all the time. We grow our gratitude daily, but I love the holidays. I made a post earlier today about ideas for the holidays.
I saw that. That Christmas tree.
Ain't that Christmas tree pretty, girl? We're going to see if we can replicate that. Okay. All my trees been Charlie Brown. I moved to California, and now all of a sudden, I think I can, have this big, I'm going to have to cut grass or something this summer so I can pay for it. Because that tree is a whole bill by itself.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Now,
this is one of the beautiful things, y'all. We're gonna two-part this because this is one of the beautiful things about homeschooling your kids and working from home. I'm sure this question, if I asked you 4 or 5 years ago, is
it would have been totally different.
Totally different. So give us
what's getting ready? Because if I'm not going anywhere, sometimes I'll stay in my pajamas until it's time to go to the ball field, or if I have to run errands, or if I'm doing my workout first thing in the morning, then I'm going to put my workout clothes on. So it just kind of depends. But if I'm going out and I have braids, 30 minutes, because I don't always make up my face and do all that stuff. A shower, wash my face, brush my teeth, and I'm done.
30 minutes and you good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she said, cause she homeschool her kids, she ain't got to get ready every day. She making her coins in the house. She ain't
Yeah.
got to get up and get dressed every day. She ain't punching nobody clock, right? She homeschooling the kids. They having picnics, random picnics, just any city, any day.
You are
Okay,
funny.
okay. She out here living her life like it's GOLDEN, golden. Okay,
Because it is.
because
It really is.
come on, Kiki, I'm so proud of you.
Uh,
Okay, so I guess this is a little. I guess you would still consider it retiring. What age do you want to retire?
44.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to, at that age, I don't want to not even be doing anything part time. I want my money to be completely working for me. By that age, I want to give all my money a job so that it's taking care of my family. I can retire my husband. So that is my goal.
Okay. All right. Y'all heard it here. You heard it here. Okay. This is exclusive. People magazine ain't even get this one first. Renewed and Refined Woman got that. Okay. All right. Last question.
Okay.
Do you think that it is wrong for a vegetarian to eat animal crackers?
Really, April? I'm
Josh,
I'm
can
gonna
you turn
just
it
say
off, please?
do whatever you want to do.
Turn it
Like,
off, please.
I
Right.
don't care.
No judgment. No judgment over
Right.
here, right? No judgment over here. Right? Eat all the cookies you want, girl. Because Tab said that's your business.
Only you
That's
would come up with that. Okay.
I didn't. I got these off of Mark Zuckerberg's internet. So
Oh, okay.
listen, Trakecha, take us back down memory lane to years ago when homeschooling your kids was just a dream.
Okay. So I was working full time as a home health and hospice social worker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in a place that I really didn't like from the very beginning, but I felt stuck, like I couldn't go anywhere else and make that amount of money.
Okay.
Um, so so my husband and I, we had kind of talked about it
Mm-hmm.
prior to COVID, but we didn't know like how this would work out, you know.
Right.
Um, so then when COVID hit and the kids were, um, home doing virtual,
Mm-hmm.
that whole Google Classroom thing just kind of took me for a loop, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but this ain't it. And so
And it
we
was your fault. It was all your fault. Because how many years
we
before COVID did you say you wanted to
I
homeschool
know,
your kids? Now,
I
Strategic,
know.
go ahead and do it. Go ahead
I
and do it.
didn't have the courage then, and I was still working, which the first year that we homeschooled them, I was still working. And that
Ah,
was kind of hard, but we made it work. So when COVID happened and they were out the rest of that year, we just never sent them back.
God.
So that first year was just a lot of learning and unlearning, like learning for me, unlearning for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really hard because my youngest had never been in school. Cassidy was,
Ah,
no school experience. But the
right,
boys, they were still kind of stuck on, accelerated reader and, this, that, and the third,
right,
like stuff that they were so acclimated to. So it was a true year of unlearning. And then it was also a year of trying to figure out, like, how do my kids learn? Like, what
right,
works best for them? I mean, we've done homework, but it's still not like you're teaching them new raw material.
right.
So it was a year of truly learning how my kids learn. And they were with my mom majority of the time because I was still working.
Gotcha.
And then I got up enough courage to walk away from my job that was really like taking a toll on me, on my physical health, my mental health. Like it was so bad. Like I'm not a violent person, but I wanted to like punch people in their face.
So it was
Um,
like Trakecha and Kiki, Trakecha and Kiki.
like seriously. And then, the anxiety was on 1000. And
Mhm.
honestly, like I had always been that person to, and I'm a social worker and I've
Right.
worked with mental health, but like I don't understand how people can be so depressed, like just snap out of it, kind of. That was my thought process for many years.
Hmm.
And how can you not control your thoughts?
Right.
As I was working with people. And then like it hit me. And, going to the doctor, they wanted to put me on lorazepam and Ativan, all the anti-anxiety stuff. And
Right.
I didn't want that to be my life.
Right.
And
Gotcha.
then blood pressure through the roof, from the
Really?
stress of the job. And I'm like, no, I don't want to be on blood pressure medication. So I really had to sit down and evaluate myself, my situation, and like, how am I going to change this? Work isn't changing. So something's got to be different. My
Right.
husband has always been supportive. He told me a long time ago to just quit,
Right. Right.
but no. But I finally did. And
Right.
it was probably one of the best decisions that I ever made. So for like the first 2 years after doing that,
Can we
I
just
looked.
pause? Can we just
Okay.
pause and say
Okay.
kudos? We are so proud of you for
Oh,
finally saying yes.
yeah.
So proud of you. So proud of you. Okay, go ahead.
So in that process, it was a lot of finding myself because I
Mm,
felt like in my profession, a lot of times I was the only African American female.
okay.
So I felt like I always had to be somebody else. I felt like I always had to do something to
Mm,
fit in. And truly, like I lost myself. And
wow.
when I quit, it was a time like, of no working. I was trading some then, but nothing to the degree of what I'm doing now. So
Okay.
it was a lot of, like mindset work, spiritual
Mhm,
work. Like
mhm.
I really had to go in because like there was nowhere else to go.
Wow. Like this has to work.
Um, yes.
This I have to make this work.
Yeah, like my kids are homeschooling. I do not want to send them back, looking at the way that things are going in our public school system,
Hmm.
and not to bash the teachers,
Right.
administrators, or, anything like that.
Right.
But
Right.
I feel like if you have the opportunity to take your kids' education into your own hands,
Hmm.
then I mean, that's truly an honor and a privilege because they can't teach you or teach them what you can teach them.
Right.
Um,
And it's so much stuff that we learn in school that we really never ever use, right?
right,
And so that's like
right,
wasted time, wasted energy,
right,
wasted like tension, you stressing about tests,
right.
doing all these things, and you ain't gonna ever use that stuff. And so
Right. Like,
the thing that I really love about homeschooling and being able to watch not only your journey, but other
mhm,
homeschool journeys that I watch, um, is the life lessons that you get to teach your kids,
right,
where they're really, if something happened, and they had to, it seems like they mature
right,
faster or earlier than others because they learn these life skills, right?
right.
They learn
They're with you all the
all the
time,
time, right?
all the time.
But you're able to pour in and you know what's being poured into them, right?
Right,
Because
right,
what's in them is what's going to come out.
right. And
Yeah.
I love the fact that, we chose this for, we chose this looking ahead, how we see our lives and what we want. We don't want to just stay in this area. I mean, this will always be home, but if we wanted, say next week to get up and go somewhere, like I don't have to send a note to school and, let me get there, miss work, and all that
Worry
kind of
about
stuff,
if you're
like
going to get in trouble because they done missed too many days.
truancy, right?
Right.
Um, so we wanted flexibility, but we also wanted to be able to, our kids love sports, so we do all the sports.
Mhm.
And we travel some with that. And I
Right.
foresee that being even more in the near future. So we want to be able to do that.
Right.
And just, again, the state of the school system, we just don't want to be a part of that. And some of the things like the agendas of the schools nowadays, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my kids to be a part of that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was hard in the beginning because I kind of worried about, people always say homeschool kids, they're socially awkward and things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So, of
And
course
that
that,
could be true. That can be very true. But when
right.
you have parents that are intentional about them not being, that's the part that
Yes.
makes the
Yes.
difference, right?
It's work. It is
Yeah.
a lot of work. You have to work it. So we made sure, not only sports, but our kids are in church, and we find other activities like my daughter does 4-H. She meets a whole different set of people that she does not see on the
That's
ball
what
field or
you
in
do here.
gymnastics.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it just like anything, it works if you work it. Is it easy? In the beginning, it was hard. We switched the programs that we've used 3 times. And
Really?
now the one that we're using, my kids were like, Mom, we really like this one. But
So
I've
why the
learned
switch? Why the switch?
why the switch. So the first year we did what was called Time for Learning. And I
Mm-hmm.
really liked that for the structure of the
Mm-hmm.
program.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. Some people need that. Um, and I like the scheduling part of it. But some of the material, in my opinion, like it didn't cover it enough. It
Okay.
was just
Before you
so
moved on to something else.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we went to Power Homeschool, and I didn't really like that that program didn't it wasn't as structured. But
Okay.
the kids like certain components of it, like they like the science teachers and different things.
Uh-huh.
And so in my mind, I was also thinking, I need to pay for the programs because they're going to be better, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then I had heard some of our friends who also homeschool, they use what's called Easy Peasy.
Mm-hmm.
And Easy Peasy is a faith-based curriculum. It's
Okay.
free.
Okay.
Um,
Because Jesus paid it all.
but you can donate. But what's really good about this program is it's online and offline.
Hmm.
So my kids will try to, get over on me sometimes. So they'll be like, well, I did it online. I'm like, no, you need to do it in your workbook so I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they teach it, my kids really like it. And the fact that they can either do it on the computer and in their workbooks, we
Uh-huh.
like that. So you just have to figure out what works for your children.
And that part, and not be afraid to evolve and grow,
And
right? Because just
kids are
because you
more
started with
adaptable
a
than we
certain
are.
yes, right.
Yeah,
And just because you started with a certain curriculum doesn't mean that that's what you have to stay with. You have the
right,
freedom to be able to switch and figure out what works for your family.
right.
And so with your daughter never going to school, do you think it was easier for her to adapt opposed to the boys, or was it easier for you to learn how she learns?
So it was easy for me to learn how she learned, but I taught school some, but I taught algebra and like 11th and 12th grade English.
Ah.
Not a kindergarten teacher, not teaching somebody how to read. So
Oh
that
my
was,
God.
yeah, that was a
Such an
learning curve.
honor. That is such an honor. I mean, I know it probably didn't seem like it then, but now, Trakecha, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that was the biggest learning curve for me. Now, the
Really?
boys, you know, they already knew how to read and all that stuff. So the transition was not bad for them
Okay.
at all. But in the beginning, Cassidy wanted to go to school. Now, I don't even wake my kids up in the morning.
Because
I
you
just
on your own terms?
I'm on, and
On
I
your
want
own
them to
schedule?
rest. You
Huh?
know, I need for them to rest. They're very active in things. They play all day. And I just believe that kids need rest. If
And they
they
don't
were to
have to go
go
to
in
school
school,
from eight
yeah,
to
they would
three.
be in there all day. And
Uh-huh.
then a lot of them come to the ball field and we're here till 9 o'clock. And then they get up and do it over. Sometimes my kids sleep till 9:30 or 10. I don't care
Right.
as long as you get your work done, and
That is
then you got the
amazing.
rest of the day. Like we can do whatever.
Go to the park and have a picnic in another
I mean,
cheers. We don't have to wait for the weekend to go on field trips with our kids.
no,
We
not
can
at
do it
all.
all week.
Yeah. And we're always looking for stuff in the community or, surrounding areas that we can do.
I think you should bring them here and we can go to the Redwood Forest.
That sounds like fun.
Okay. Gonna put it on the calendar.
But I will say,
Y'all
like,
heard it. Y'all heard it say that she was bringing the kids on a field trip. Just want to put it out there.
you are funny. But you're funny. I did want.
Josh said, we're going to Redwood.
Really?
Yep, Trakecha's bringing the kids.
I have some people on the East Coast, the West Coast, some contacts out there. Don't ask me what city because I can't remember it right off.
It doesn't matter. I'm sure it's not close to us. Sure, it's not close, but it's okay. You can just come here. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
You're funny. But I will say one of the things that I am most excited about is, especially as my kids get older, I wanted them to, be involved in things like public speaking and, being able to present information. Like I'm trying to get more comfortable with presenting across different platforms. I want my children at this age, to learn how to do that too and to be comfortable with that. Right. So, we did not have a homeschool co-op in our community. I've been wanting
to
do that for a long time. And I really had to.
Everything. I don't care what you're doing. Community makes a difference. Community makes a difference. Yeah.
It does.
Knowing that you're not in this thing alone, not by yourself, right? You're in your house teaching your kids or whatever. But just to know that there are people close around you that may be having the same issues, that might be going through the same things.
Right.
That were raised like how you were raised and have, share some of the same
values and morals.
Yeah. Just to let you know, girl, you ain't crazy. We over here struggling with that too, right? But Go ahead.
So I'm really excited about that. I finally got up enough courage to, just speak it. And I really didn't know how much of a need and how much other people in our community wanted it. And so a couple of weeks ago, I met with, I'll call them my team now. I met with them and they were just excited as I was. And let me tell you, like, God really just blew my mind with the people that he had in the room. Like we had
these people was waiting on your yes. Your yes was connected to all these people. You was holding up all these people. But
I was.
Somebody else. That's a word for somebody else. God is not putting these things on you.
No.
What'd you say? I'm on live, Christian. Mommy Mogul. I'm sorry, y'all.
I understand.
Boy, if you don't know, go. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, just in the room, we had a pastor, we had a reading specialist, we had a nurse, engineer, a social worker, which I'm a social worker too, but we had another one, a licensed professional counselor, and a banker.
Are these parents of homeschooling kids, kids in
the community who are now a part of my team?
This co-op.
And they're willing to, help teach classes. They had already, been talking about it with other people as well. And people are willing to donate their space, their time.
Trakecha.
Because, it truly blew my mind because I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to pay these people? And like money is not even in the forefront of any of this.
Because they're doing it anyway. Yeah.
But it really just blew my mind. So Kids for Christ will be y'all heard it first. I said y'all heard it first. So
magazine ain't got nothing on the renewed and retired woman. Just want to let y'all know. You're already here on season 2, episode 2. Kids for Christ.
Kids for Christ. So we'll start it up this September, and it'll go from September to May. We're only accepting 30 children this first year because we want to, run it and evaluate, and then, kind of go from there.
So for those who don't know what a co-op is,
hmm
explain to us what a co-op is.
So it's a community that comes together and do different activities. Depending on what type of co-op you have, you'll do different things. Like some people just use a co-op for socialization.
Okay.
Some people only use it for academics. But we are blending ours. So we want it to be academic, social, spiritual, because it is a faith-based co-op. So you have to, sign the statement of faith and, agree to that.
Okay, Jesus. Big step of Jesus. Okay.
And so our plan is to
your
meet.
pastor a part of this?
No.
Does he know about
But
this?
yes, he does. But he's kind of new, at our church. And
It's just when I see kids, I see him. Like,
I would love to see, because it'll be held in Chase City, Virginia.
okay.
I would love to see something, the Clarksville way. So he said we will, keep it in the forefront.
See,
So I'm excited about that.
Come on, Holy Ghost. Come on. Okay. All right.
So we'll be meeting once a week, each week. We haven't set the time yet, but we're thinking somewhere between 10 and 2, 10 and 3. And the kids will be grouped based on age. And then they'll have some structured activities, like we'll have, Bible studies. And then, the younger kids, they may do a unit that month on
K through 12 or K through
yes.
what? K through 12.
K through 12. Yep. Okay. They may focus on one thing, or one day during the month, we might do a field trip, or, just science projects, cooking. There's this guy in town who wants to teach kids how to build and fly planes. So it's just a lot of different. Yeah. So
kids
I'm excited.
Christ, going up to me. Going up to me. Come through, y'all. Come through.
Yeah. So.
Wow. All because you said yes.
Yeah. So it took a lot for me to say yes. I will not lie. When I think about the renewed and refined woman, I think about what it has taken for me just to get to this point. Like just my whole mindset, my spiritual journey.
It's a process.
Oh my God. And you never arrive. So that's the thing. So with me just saying yes, that I'm even going to talk to this pastor of this church and his wife about this, that was like the first step for me. So I'm like, okay, I built up enough courage to do that. So now I got a little more oomph.
You always
to do something else.
People stuff. You always asking people stuff. But I'm thankful. Because that's how the CEO circle got started. Because
Right.
Mighty God. Mighty God.
So each time, I mean, seriously, and I've heard people say this, but sometimes it's just not really real until you experience it yourself. Just take that step and the rest will appear. You've heard people say that. And that is truly true. Like I've witnessed that in building this.
Right. You didn't get all the puzzle pieces
no.
at the same time, right?
No.
You saw the outside of the box. You had a vision of what it would look like.
Right.
But you weren't working with all the pieces at the beginning. Right? In the beginning, 3 years ago, it was just your faith and your husband's faith, believing in you and pushing you and saying, go ahead and do it, right?
Yep.
And you did it. You did it. And now you are helping, being the thing that you needed those years ago. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I am so excited about this. I don't know what in the world to do.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the kids, and I'm excited for our community. We need this.
Right. And the diversity is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So you said y'all will start, it'll be September through May. If you're only accepting 30 kids.
Yep.
Okay. And so the co-op meets how often?
It'll be every week.
Every week. Okay.
Yep, once a week.
And so for those people that are interested or might just
Mhm.
have questions
Mhm.
about getting started, right? You shared a lot tonight, but they might have some more questions, or
Mhm.
how can they follow you, reach you?
Yes.
How can you send them
So,
an invoice? All of that.
yeah, I see you. I see what you did there. So yeah, just send me a message on Facebook. I'm Trakecha Marrow South on Facebook, and on Instagram, I think it's just Trakecha. I have two. It's Trakecha and the House of South.
Okay.
But I primarily use Facebook the most.
So
Um,
I'm gonna tag you in the comments in here
okay,
so that they can find you on here, so that
okay,
they can reach out. Um,
okay. And another great place to start, even if you're just kind of thinking about it, is heave.org, heav.org.
heave.org. Let me see if I can type.
Mm-hmm.
Can I type that? Can I? Yep, I can type that. Okay, you said what
Okay.
now?
EA,
HEWWW?
yeah, HEAV as in Victor
Uh-huh.
.org, and that's specific to the state of Virginia.
Okay.
But one thing that I will also say, because people kind of they're on the fence and don't know this, when
Uh-huh.
you do wish to homeschool your children,
Uh-huh.
you are not asking for anybody's permission. You are telling them that this is what,
Mm.
like, that is your right to do that.
That is good to know.
So,
So
yeah.
okay, so this is the end of the school year. So say there are people who've been on the fence, have been wondering, asking the question, praying, trying to figure it out, and boom, here you are on this live tonight. So they let
Okay.
their kids finish out the school year.
Hmm.
What does that look like for homeschooling for the 23-24 school year?
Absolutely. So, um, for Virginia, you have to let the school board know that it is your intent to homeschool for the next year. On
Okay.
that heave.org website,
Mm-hmm.
they have the actual notice of intent on the website. Just download it, print it off, put your child or children's name on it, and put
Okay.
that you're teaching math, English, science, and social studies.
Okay.
You turn that in. You do have to, if it's your first year, you have to submit a copy of your degree or your high school diploma.
Okay. So you have to have a high school diploma or a degree to
Hmm.
be able to. Okay. Okay.
Or you can show proof that somebody else who have those, credentials are
Okay.
doing it for you. And that
Gotcha.
is all that you have to send in.
Wow.
I mean, it's literally one sheet of paper.
I don't know about anybody else, but I have always thought that it was a bunch of red tape that you had to go through to homeschool. I honestly thought it was, you said the exact opposite. I thought it was getting permission to do it or
No,
seeing if you qualified to do it. So thank
no.
you so much for clearing that up
Yeah.
because I did not know. Well, the sun is going down over there on the East Coast, and
It sure is.
Trakecha is getting dark. But I want to thank you so much for taking the time out, for saying yes so very quickly, not just to
Oh,
me and the Renewed and Refined Woman, but for all of the families that you will help out, not
well,
just
thank
on the
you.
East Coast, but all across the world. I'm excited
Yeah.
for Kids for Christ, and we will be adding them to our prayer wall.
Thank
Um,
you.
for all of you guys, for a successful co-op. And so again, you guys, this is Trakecha Marrow South. I'll tag her in the comments so that you can reach out. This is another thing with the Renewed and Refined Woman. You don't have to do this homeschooling life alone, right?
No,
She's
you
there
don't.
to help you uh, get it all figured out. Okay. They have the co-op that they're putting together in place with not just her, but she has a whole team now. Okay, she gave God another
That's
yes.
a whole testimony right
Oh,
there.
come on. These people were literally waiting. Everything that she needed. Y'all better catch this. Everything that she needed was right there waiting. All
Yeah.
she had to do was say yes to
Say
the
yes.
call. All she had to do. And that's the thing, y'all. There are things that are on you that you want to do that you can't. You wake up thinking about it. You go to sleep thinking about it. You can't get it off your mind, right? You don't see anybody else out here in your area doing it. You've never known really anybody personally that done it. Nobody
Yeah.
else around to do it. That's because you're the one that's supposed to do it. You're the one in your area that's supposed to do it. And this is just a testimony of God being the big step of Jesus that he is, and showing up and sending her the help that she needed
Oh yeah.
to be a blessing, not just to her family, but to families all across the world. So I'm excited. I am so excited. Trakecha, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for waking, praying, and planning, and prioritizing your day and fitting
Yes.
us in. We'll have to have
Absolutely.
you back to talk about self-care um,
Yes.
and getting that part in, because we know that you are taking good care of yourself. We can see the glow, and that whole
Oh,
thing of
thank
not
you.
having to get up and get ready, being on anybody else's timeline, that's self-care all by itself. And so
Oh yeah.
again, I want to publicly say that I'm proud of you and thank you
Oh,
so much. Thank you
thank
so much
you.
for your yes. Okay.
Thank
And so
you.
we'll talk to y'all later. Y'all stay tuned. Those that are a part of the text community, I'll be sending out either tonight or in the morning the flyer for our guests for next week. And then over the next few days, I'll be posting on social media. But the text community gets it first. So if you're not a part of that,
Yay.
text "Hey Girl" to 434-201-4552, where you will get some exclusive stuff that I don't post on social media. Okay, I cut up over there sometimes, but yeah, that is it. I'm excited. We'll see y'all here in the morning. If you are part of the Wake Pray Plan tribe, the early tribe will be on at 5 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, we'll be back next Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay? So you don't have to do this life alone, right? You don't have to homeschool your kids alone. You don't have to do these things that these women do, right? The Renewed and Refined Woman is here to help you. Community is everything. And
Yeah.
what I want you to remember is it's a process to becoming renewed and refined. I love y'all. I'll see you in the morning. Thank you, Trakecha.
Thank y'all.